Love is difficult to describe, and yet an enormous number of books have been created about love, countless discussions have taken place about love, an immense number of songs have been sung about love. It is spoken about in churches and temples. Throughout history, people have used many words to point to it, such as God, love, the unmanifested, presence, being, life, consciousness, Tao, source. That love cannot truly be named and is difficult to describe was already known by Lao Tzu around 2,500 years ago. This was also known at the time the Bible was written. So first, I will try to demonstrate love so that it is clear what I am talking about. When looking into the eyes of a small child like this one, many people feel love very intensely, but many people also feel it intensely when looking into the eyes of animals that are very present. People also easily feel love through touch and similar experiences. The more present a person is, freed from thoughts of the future and the past, the more love radiates from them into this world of form. This can probably be felt most intensely when looking into their eyes. This also applies to animals, however, they have a lower degree of awareness. So, in an enlightened human being, love can likely radiate more intensely than in any animal. On the other hand, many people are so lost in thinking and emotions that almost every animal radiates love more intensely than they do. Love can also be felt in plants. Nature is therefore a place where one can deeply learn what love is, and the more untouched that nature is, the more love can be felt there. The greater the biodiversity of a forest, the more love can be felt within it. Love is simply here. We can feel love not only in nature, but also with and around people. The entire universe, meaning all energy in all its forms, is a manifestation of love. Everything in the universe, all forms of energy, have love as their essence because they are its manifestation. At the Big Bang, unmanifested love was partially manifested into energy and form, into physical particles and fields, which today also form our body and mind. Yet love still permeates this matter as its true essence, which is why love is everywhere. Love can be felt whenever a person is fully focused on the present moment. People have become fond of sex, adrenaline sports, life-threatening situations, and even drugs, just to feel for a moment that instant of love when they are no longer overwhelmed by unnecessary thoughts. Without feeling love at all, a human being could not survive, and yet love can be felt even without these dependencies by diving deeply into presence through various portals of love. If someone truly wants to eliminate rape or real sexual harassment, they should focus on the cause. People want to feel love. If they do not know how to access it through other portals, through other ways, they choose the easiest portals, such as sex. This portal seems easy to us, probably because nature chose it as a means of reproduction. If they do not receive access to this portal voluntarily, they often try to force it. All of this comes from the need for love and the inability to feel love intensely in other ways. At the beginning, it may be enough to realize two things. First, for love to radiate intensely from a woman or a man, they must truly consent to sex. Second, the same love, and just as intense, or even more intense, that a person can feel through sex can also be felt through other portals of love, through other ways, and through ways that do not require the permission of another person. Let's briefly describe these other portals of love. I have said before that feeling love is more important than talking about it. The following portals of love are ways to feel love intensely, and they all have one thing in common: we are deeply present during them. Our attention is focused on the present moment, and thoughts about the past or future are either absent or only marginally perceived. Stopping thinking does not mean not using the brain. We can use the brain to perceive and process present stimuli, even in the absence of thoughts. The first portal is feeling your physical body. This can be done simply while sitting or lying down. Physical activities help as well, from running to strength training to exposing the body to natural elements, all the way to intimate touch. The second portal is observing your breathing. This is the basis of many common meditation practices. The third portal is listening to sounds and observing things that were created in deep presence. These include sounds in nature and beings created by nature itself, such as birds, flowers, the sky, and so on. A human example is listening to certain songs, such as The Power of Love, sung by Jennifer Rush. Often in such songs, it is not really about the lyrics. What matters is that the singer was very present while singing, and that presence seems to be encoded into the sound itself. The singer may even sing about a past event and yet still be deeply present while singing. They may evoke a feeling through thoughts and then focus on the present feeling. Presence and love are the same. The more presence we feel, the more love we feel. The fourth portal is letting go of mental and emotional resistance to what is happening right now. This is what the famous Let It Be is about. It is not about creating beliefs that nothing will ever change and everything will remain as it is. It is simply about acknowledging the present state, realizing that the current situation was a necessary result of previous situations and cannot be changed anymore. What we can change is what happens next. We can positively influence what happens immediately by our present state of awareness. The fifth portal is listening to silence and emptiness. All true nature lovers will probably agree here. This is the main reason they like to sit in the forest and listen. It is about giving more attention to the silence between sounds than to the sounds themselves. Giving attention to external silence creates inner peace because the mind becomes still. For this, we need places where real silence is available. Using earplugs in a room does not help much. Earplugs block the ability to listen. Listening attentively to silence and being unable to hear anything at all are two very different things. Observing external silence and emptiness as a portal of love is easy to explain. Love in the world of form is essentially nothing, because it is not of this world, it is its essence. And the representation of nothing in the world of form is silence and emptiness. When looking at the starry sky, specifically at the space between the shining stars, or when looking into the eyes of living beings, we are visually observing nothing. The sixth portal is observing your thoughts. This is a very practical way not to identify with the mind while still using thoughts effectively. We observe how thoughts arise in the mind and gradually disappear. If we feed these thoughts with our energy, that is to say with our attention, they remain longer. The seventh portal is dreamless sleep. The main reason we so gladly return every night to sleep, especially to its deeper dreamless phase, is the return to our true essence. Again, this is connected with the stopping of thinking and any identification with the mind. This pull to repeatedly return to the state of love is so strong that in the past, many people stranded in high mountain regions knew that if they fell asleep, their body would die, and yet they were still drawn into sleep. So, in the conclusion, nature is extremely useful in many ways to feel love intensely, and by separating ourselves from nature, we also separate ourselves from feeling love. Destroying a forest, therefore, means losing something priceless, the ability to feel love. When it comes to feeling love with people, it is as if a person who feels love radiates something at a certain frequency, the frequency of love. This frequency then resonates with the same frequency of love in another person, or even in another living being. We are actually always feeling love within us, but love in other beings can intensify it through resonance. This is why we speak metaphorically about giving and receiving love. Osho once said something very practical. If you ask for love, you must give it, and you must give more than you ask for. Giving love means radiating love from within us. If you know other non-violent, effective portals of love, feel free to share them in the comments. Using drugs is an example of a violent and ineffective portal. It takes us below the level of thinking, not above it. Eckhart Tolle, an expert in living in the state of presence, once tried the drug LSD so he could answer people's questions about it. He found that LSD only intensified his sensory perception to such a degree that it prevented him from thinking. Compared to his previous natural states of presence, there was nothing special for him, and he even described the use of the drug as something violent. And yet, through natural means, he was able to reach an even better state, one that was also much more peaceful.